And we're good. We are recording.
Sweet.
Okay. All right, let me open up my my example. Actually, I saved it this time. Every time, like, I don't know, you submit it and then you like forget about it.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can pull mine out somehow.
So,
I've got mine up too here.
yeah, I found one that was dealing with the NYPD and their body cameras and like a dispute over, like if what was it? Oh yeah, it was a dispute over the contract, and like one company was butthurt that the other company actually got the contract, and so they're like complaining about it. That's what mine's about.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you guys?
Okay, so I think I saved mine.
Yeah, my computer's going to really take us time to do stuff right now. I found an article about GMC, or GM, General Motors, I guess. It's being sued by one of the parts manufacturers. It's basically like CCM, the company. They filed for bankruptcy. They said that GM about their contract doing. I think it's their fault that they went bankrupt.
Hmm.
I don't think this is an exact example of the parole evidence rule, but I thought it was like
It was a breach of contract, right?
Where GM could. That's the thing, not really. And GM's asking the judge to just to toss the lawsuit because they said it's bogus that they fulfilled the contract, but CCM is basically saying that they said they were going to do different things and they ended up doing. But GM's like, well, you signed the contract, but I guess they believe that they were lied to when they signed the contract. The company that went under.
Nice. I think your example is probably better than mine. My example, it was just basically that they were angry and they thought there was an oral contract that they were to actually get the contract, but then the NYPD is like, no, there's no oral contract. We never agreed to anything, and like nothing is set in stone until we take a field trial of the body cameras. So,
I remember what mine was now. It was so I had one where this energy company was trying to buy property in a foreign country, and they're trying to make a deal. They're trying to buy this building from this other company, but it had nothing to do with it. Didn't have any contracts or anything. So I kind of just like improvised and said that if this company was to have a contract saying that they wanted this building as part of the deal, and then after the contract was signed later on, if they wanted to have part of the deal to be like they got benefits from that company or something, then they couldn't because it didn't follow that rule,
Yeah. Okay.
The contract was already signed. But it wasn't in the article. I kind of just took the article and then added on to it,
Right.
So maybe we should Cody's example.
Yeah. Cody, I'm pasting mine into our example section. Can you paste yours too so we can like compare them?
Okay. Somebody got music in the background?
Oh, yes, that's my roommate. Sorry, hold on.
No, it's fine.
He likes playing the guitar. He's pretty good.
Nice.
Cool.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, my computer's going so slow right now. I don't even understand why.
It's all good. Whoa. Okay, cool. Well, why'd you delete it?
Oh, because it was, and then it was like totally out of the way. I've been trying for like the last 5 minutes to just cut it and paste it on Meteors, but my computer's been so
Oh.
killing
I can
me.
if you want me to do stuff, I can like alter it. My computer's going really fast. It might be because I'm hosting it. And you are a little laggy. Braden's not so much, but
Yeah, I could change this.
Yeah,
all right.
I don't know.
See, I kind of did like an if thing, you know, if in this situation the NYPD had entered into a written contract with Tesla to use their product and had to claim they're going to do field trials, and that's the reason to sign the contract, then this information may be subject to be barred because of parole evidence, you know? Is that how you say it, parole?
It's without. I think it's without an E.
Oh, really? Let me see. Oh, yep, you're right.
Because I think that's parole, as in like you're on parole.
Yeah, and this one's like a word meaning oral in Latin or something like that.
Yeah.
There we go. See, I kind of did like a fiction thing. I took what I read and
That's what I did with my article.
Huh?
I did that with my article too. Like I just made it work by adding stuff to it.
Yeah. All right. And I think what's the title in this other article? Is it okay if we look this up?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, it's called GM asks a judge to toss bankrupt suppliers lawsuit. Waiting for docs to reopen. I can paste it in there, but it's just spinning.
I got it. We'll use yours, Cody. What do you guys think?
It's by Sarah Cheney, October 11th. Is that the one?
Yeah. We can cite when we do cite something in text, it would just be like the author, right?
Yeah, just the title of the author.
Or we could do the title of the
I think in the example he showed us. Yeah, in the example he showed us putting the title of the article, the author, and the date that it was published.
second. There you go. I don't know if I cited that right. All right. Do we want to start on what's the quiz question?
Oh, did you get that other article put in there?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, I didn't. Okay, I didn't know. Where's the title? And then I saw you do that. So
Yeah.
First, second article. So once this opens up, it's still just about to open. I can paste the right title for this one in there.
Okay. Oh, you're like at the top, you mean?
Yeah, just above this. And then, and then I do have an explanation of it too.
Cool.
I just have to get that pasted in a second.
Okay.
So we can start thinking about the quiz question.
What we could say, would CCM's complaint be barred because of parole evidence? We could say that.
Okay.
Kind of simple though.
Yeah, I'm not like too positive that it would be. I'm kind of extrapolating too.
Yeah.
Or interpolating, whatever.
I would say in this situation it wouldn't be because they didn't have a written contract saying that they would continue to pay them. It was just kind of like a common understanding that they would continue to deal with them, and then they decided that they wouldn't. So.
No, I think they did negotiate a contract and they signed it. But I guess what they're saying is that they thought
they would renegotiate it, right?
They did. They ended up renegotiating and signing. They found emails indicating the GM was planning to cut ties like back in April before they signed and all this good stuff. But maybe you're right. Did I read it wrong? No, I thought they had signed a new contract, and that's why they ended up going bankrupt. That's why they say they went bankrupt, is because they continued to pay higher prices. They said that GM negotiated for higher prices than they could afford, but they paid them anyway. Bankrupt because GM was charging them too high. I promised to help them out, but then they ended up something like that.
Okay. Well, they ended up reimbursing CCM too little. Is that what happened? Because GM is buying from CCM, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. I don't get it because they said that they renegotiated. Maybe you're right. They renegotiated prices that were so low.
So in this situation, they were receiving too little from GM. But GM would actually help them out a little more.
I mean, I guess I read this article on Tuesday, so I'm remembering it fuzzy now. But by the time they filed bankruptcy in July, they owed GM about $6 million.
Huh.
I don't know why they would owe them if they're the supplier. So that, yeah. Again, maybe they've been contracted to supply a certain amount that they hadn't been able to supply yet.
Yeah, at the top of the article, it says, lawsuit claims automaker didn't intend to buy parts from the company despite assurances that it would. And so did they renew the contract or did they not renew it?
I don't remember, honestly. I read this 2 days ago when I was at work.
Oh, no, here, wait.
Now, I thought I remembered it better, but
no, it's all good.
Good. Yeah.
I'm just gonna look it up really quick, just so we can make sure we're like super.
Yeah, that's probably good.
Do you have the explanation up yet, Cody?
I'm working on it.
Okay. Sweet deal.
Yeah, it's not letting me see my changes anymore.
Oh, really? It's kind of hard.
Yeah, it's just like I said, it's unable to load the file.
Really?
When you do Hangouts and that at the same time, it's probably messes it up.
I don't know. We've done this every week. It's been just fine.
It's weird.
It's kind of frustrating. I wonder, hoping I get a virus or something.
I hope not. What if that virus is transmittable over the internet, like to us? What the heck?
Oh, no.
That's true. It could be contagious.
Yeah, that's intentional tort. I'm taking you down, man.
It was unintentional, but it was definitely a tour. So
No. You planned it.
I did. I planted it, in fact.
Yeah, I know you did.
The reason I've been really, I'm just waiting for the virus to load.
Yeah, you're just getting in all these classes that have to group meetings. You probably in a bunch of classes with group.
I took all online classes. I just hate people.
Yeah, I can't see the link to that article anymore.
So I'm looking at the title of the article using like whatever, like our access to the Wall Street Journal, but it's not pulling it up. What the heck?
So the second article that the in-text article that I cited, that one you have to get a Wall Street Journal Pro account. So I signed up for like a free trial so I could read it because I really wanted to read it. And so that one you might not be able to access with just your regular Wall Street Journal account. But the other one should have enough information.
I've got the article right here. It says, in recent court filings, GM seeks the dismissal of CCM's lawsuit accusing the automaker of lying in pricing negotiations and tricking CCM into entering a contract that saddled the Massachusetts company with debt in the months leading up to its bankruptcy filing. So you're right. So they were lying. They think they were lying and gave them too low of a price, and they couldn't support themselves anymore. And
okay, that sounds right.
Yeah, and then GM says that CCM's complaint is nothing but a brazen attempt to avoid the consequences of its poor business decisions and management by wrongly blaming GM. So there you have it. So if we go back to the example, so do we need to type up a new explanation then?
Try something else.
We don't have an explanation yet. But I need help kind of understanding what the situation is.
Yeah, okay. So basically, from what I understand, GM renewed their contract with CCM, and CCM was supplying parts to GM to begin with. And when they renewed their contract, CCM got a deal that was too low to continue like their company. So like the pricing that they got for their parts was way too low for them to continue their company, and so they went bankrupt. And they're blaming GM for not paying them enough for their parts, but then GM's like, no, that's just a bad business decision on your part. So
okay,
that's how I understand it. Is that right, Cody, or does that sound right?
Hey guys, I'm back. I just did it on my phone because it's not working.
Oh,
okay. That's what I do.
Oh, that hurts. That cuts deep.
I didn't mean for that to cut deep.
It's all good.
The screen was frozen with you looking intently like this.
Oh, I always look intently.
Yeah.
Oh, did it just say that I left the call?
Yeah.
Gosh.
So, yeah. I was like talking to you half that time. So
you were talking crap that time?
No, I was talking. I was talking to you half that time. You don't intentionally mishear me.
I mean, if you like, I can like read to you what my example says, and you could type it out.
Yeah, we can do that.
Or, yeah, I don't know. That's the best I can offer. It's not very long.
Let's do the explanation. Oh, we can do it right now. It's fine.
So you're gonna type up the example, or you're just gonna leave the example there?
Or I could just email it to you.
We can clarify what's happening.
Yeah, because I feel like parole has to be where the contract is final, and then they want to add to it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But it's already final, so they can't add anything more to the contract.
Right, and I think it's usually also in the case that there's a lawsuit going on around the contract.
Yeah, and I think CCM, I don't know, they're trying to say, I don't know how we're gonna work it in, but we can.
Yeah, I don't know. This was a really hard one to find examples for.
Yeah, it really is.
I see potential in it.
We just have to word it right.
Okay, so
Let's see. Apparently, when CCM was.
So does it say they signed a contract?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so my reasoning was that it's a potential case where the parole evidence rule could be brought into play. The contract CCM entered into agrees to provide GM with parts, and GM promised to buy the parts from them. By summer, CCM owed more than $6 million to GM. GM could very possibly defend themselves by arguing that the emails indicating an intent to break ties are irrelevant to the contract they ended up signing, and that any statements given in deals were also irrelevant to the contract. Due to the fact that GM and CCM signed the contract, any statements that indicated intent to do otherwise or statements implying intent to do anything not in the contract are immaterial and could be excluded from the trial by the judge. But I don't know if that's true.
Okay.
That's just kind of what I... Here, I just sent that to you. I replied to your invitation to the doc. So
Okay,
I can't really get into it. Yep. I'll show you my explanation. I mean, you can totally do what you want with it.
Okay. Hey, what do you think about what I added there to the example? I don't think the example's probably the least important part, but I don't know. I'm just trying to understand it better.
Yeah, I think it looks good, man.
Right.
All that you added, apparently.
That's what I added right there.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I'm pulling it up on my phone so I can take a look at it too.
Okay. I think it looks fine.
Can I delete that then?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And so the explanation of our is how it applies to the principle that we're teaching, right? Or that we're making a question for?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or just how it applies, how it is an example of the rule.
Right.
Okay. A second. So we go here.
So the parole could be anything.
Okay, we need to move on. Let's see. Okay, this is a potential. Oh, here, I'll just upload this real quick. Okay. Okay. Cody did the same thing, spelled parole with an E.
Did I really?
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah, actually, I don't think that's right because Google always corrected it, but then if you put in Word, it corrects it to parole with an E.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I get a red squiggly in Word.
By summer, CCM owed more than $6 million to GM. Oh, is that because GM like prepaid and they didn't provide? We can just add that. It's our story now. By summer, CCM owed more than $6 million to CCM could not deliver all of the necessary orders. There we go. Boom. But the thing is, the emails, that's written, and like, doesn't parole, it means oral, so it's like hearsay?
Yeah, basically. Well, it could even be written, but if it was said before the fact, or before the contract, I mean, and if it's evidence that's specifically contrary to what's in the contract,
Yeah.
or there are 4 things. But yeah, even if it's written, it could still be thrown out if it's immaterial, or if it's if it's shown to not be relevant.
Okay, cool. Hey, do you guys want to move on to the quiz question?
Yep.
All right. Any ideas?
I kind of look up the definition of parole again.
Okay, I have it pulled up too. I was thinking.
We could ask something as simple as, what's the company that tried to breach their contract again? Was that CCM or a GM?
CCM.
So,
CCM's accusing, yeah.
so
Well, they're the ones
saying-
they went under. So they filed Section 11 or whatever protection so that they wouldn't have to pay their contract back or something like that. However that works.
Okay, I see.
Oh,
But that's not the lawsuit.
okay.
The suit is just the GM owes them, I guess.
So maybe we could say, could CCM file that section, whatever Section 11, without breaking the parole evidence law or whatever it's called, the parole evidence.
Well, them filing bankruptcy doesn't really have to do with the lawsuit. That's them going bankrupt. But I guess the question is, I don't know if the parole evidence rule is used here. I guess that would throw their whole suit out.
What we could say is GM, they're possibly thinking about giving them a higher offer as far as like with a new contract, and they ended up not doing that. But we could say, does GM communicate? Does GM saying that they might possibly offer higher prices?
Okay.
Does GM possibly offering higher prices or talking about higher prices cause like their whatever they owe GM to be forgiven, or cause the contract to be null and void?
Okay. Because then that's them trying to change the contract by adding a higher price. But the contract should be, if the contract was final, then they couldn't add it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so maybe, does GM wanting to offer higher prices, would that violate the parole evidence, or the fact that their contract's already finished? Would they be allowed to do that?
Or yeah,
Or the
Question.
contract.
or with those testimonies or those statements, or even emails, could they be brought into the court of law, or would they be cast out because of the parole evidence rule?
Yeah. Is GM talking about possibly offering higher prices to CCM before the contract?
Wait, okay, is the contract already made, or is it there?
Meet the contract because of parole evidence. How about that?
Okay, wait, does GM talking about possibly how?
Oh wait, not negate. I don't know. What do you guys think?
What?
Well,
You
the
need to have
parole
it-
evidence. Parole evidence would mean that those statements would get thrown out. So that would make CCM's claims invalid.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the parole evidence rule would work against CCM in this case.
Okay.
I think it'd be after the.
So
I think it'd be after the
I guess.
contract.
And if you wanted to make it simpler, you could just say, would statements made by GM prior to signing the contract indicating that they would give higher prices, so would those statements, I guess, be relevant or be presentable as evidence in this case or something like that? Maybe we could just say like be considered relevant by the judge or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. That would just shorten the question, I think, which might be better. Have you guys done all the quizzes that we had to do? Like the review quizzes?
Yeah.
Last week, so they opened on Wednesday and it closed on Monday. I completely forgot about it until Tuesday.
Oh, ouch.
Did you do okay on the test? Do you think it was hard or?
Test wasn't too bad. I got an 88 on it.
That's good.
Dude, nice.
I guess I missed 3, I think. It's kind of tricky when they have like 20 questions and then it ends up being out of 100. Like one question is worth like 4 or 5 points.
Yeah.
Did you guys think it was very hard?
I didn't think it was too bad.
I got a B+.
I think you said the first one's the easiest, and then it gets harder after that.
I just thought a lot of the answers were really close to each other.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah.
Like one I got wrong was the skydiving one.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I definitely gotta try sometime.
I got the alligator one wrong.
So did I. But I argued that one.
So what were your answers? What did you argue?
So because I put that it was the guy's fault for going into the. I thought he would lose because the guy never violated his duty of whatever his duty, and so I looked up on the internet some laws that you can get a license to have an alligator in their backyard, and I said the question never specified whether or not he had a license, so it never specified whether or not the alligator was legal or not, and I went on to say that the question made it seem like the guy breaking into the alligator cage was being really stupid. The question led you to think that it was his fault, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said,
"Oh, go ahead." Yeah.
Well, so I argued that, and then I said I said it's possible he could have had a zoo in his backyard, and then I posted a website of my friends that actually own a zoo in their backyard. I was like, in case you don't think it's realistic for somebody to have a zoo in their backyard, I actually know here's some people that actually do. So it's possible.
Nice.
So it's kind of fun, actually.
That's sweet. I couldn't argue any of them because when I looked at it, I knew that I did it wrong, but I wish I could have argued it because it sounds like that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
No, I on that question, I was like, well, duh, of course it's not his fault. Of course the other guy's gonna lose because he ignored all the warning signs and stuff. But I was like just double checking with the book, and they actually like gave a specific example of like if someone owned a tiger in like Montana, an area where you wouldn't expect a tiger to exist because they're foreign to the area. It's your fault basically.
Yeah.
Because you're the one who brought something into an area where it doesn't belong. I was like, that's so stupid, but I don't know.
I read that too.
I thought that was the dumbest thing.
Like, I read it too, but then I still argue my case because I think
that's a good argument.
I just focused on making it seem like the question was kind of misleading, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But there's 2 other ones I argued that were like 2 right answers. So hopefully I get points.
Which ones?
There was one where it was like the summons and the complaint,
Okay.
where it said would Shaq file a complaint or a summons against.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Mm-hmm.
So I said summons because the summons is what makes it so they have to show up in court. Because it said in the question that he was having difficulty. He like attempted to have a court case, but then it didn't go through or something. And so obviously a complaint, like you would send that in for like when you have problems, you know. But a summons would like make it so they have to show up to court. And so because it said that he's had troubles trying to get him to, or troubles trying to get an arbitrator or a mediation done in court, I said it was summons because a summons specifically is what you use when you like want to sue somebody and you want to make so they have to be in court and within like 30 days. But really, it could have been either complaint or summons. So, like, I felt like my argument was pretty good on that one.
Sweet.
But I kind of liked it, and I like hearing the arguments. It's kind of fun, actually. So we'll see what happens. See if he gives me points for him.
I just filed and said that I waived my right to argue anymore. Hopefully, I get 4 points back.
I did the same thing.
That would push me up to a 92, which would be great.
That'd be sweet.
What did you do for that when you submitted the document? I tried to find things online for like a motion to dismiss or whatever, and I made it look as formal as I could. But
Oh, nice. I didn't do it quite so formal. I kind of typed exactly what he said to type. But at the top, I guess I was kind of dumb. I wrote it out like it was a case, like Cody Meserol versus Exam 1.
yeah,
And then, and then that just put like, the appellant waives his right.
Computer exam, and then I kept on referring to like, I don't know, the defendant was the computer.
Nice. I think the correct answer is that it would be barred.
Oh, really?
I thought that's what we were saying because their statements are not relevant to the contract. They were made prior to the contract. I don't know. I read 5 different explanations of what this stupid rule meant before I really understood it. So I might still not even understand it properly.
I thought the parole evidence is what would keep people from adding to a contract after it's already finalized, like not before.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. You can't bring like extra outside evidence into that's not relevant to the contract.
Then why does the question say prior? Oh, it's prior is after, right?
No, prior is before.
Oh. Because if they haven't signed the contract yet, then they could change it, and parole evidence rule wouldn't have any say. But if it was after they signed, then the parole evidence rule would take place.
No, it's any statement even that was made before.
Oh, even before signing?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Gosh, I should just pull up the book.
I have the book here. I'm just trying to. I haven't read. So it says that they can't bring any evidence to a contract to change the contract. So it says that you can't use any evidence prior to the contract or anything that happened before the contract. You can't bring any evidence after the contract or anything that will you try to convince people that the contract means this or that the contract should be changed to this. The parole evidence rule keeps you from being able to do that.
Right, like an example that I read on I think it was just Wikipedia, but it said that, for example, if you were to talk to a car salesman, or a salesman for a gym membership, and he says, yeah, you can cancel, the contract is cancelable, you can get out of it whenever you want to, but then you sign, and then you go to cancel later, and they're like, no, you can't cancel out of the contract, it's in the contract, and he says, well, the salesman told me this, and Even if the salesman misled you, his statements might still not be relevant in a court of law because it's irrelevant to what the contract actually said.
Right. I think that's exactly the perfect example. Okay.
I was hoping I'd find something that simple on Wall Street Journal, but
Yeah, it's all right.
nothing like that was there.
I remember. Do you guys remember when we did the pipe explosion? That one didn't really have to do with like. It had to do with unintentional tort and negligence, but it wasn't completely matching.
Okay, I get the question now. This whole time I thought you guys were saying that statements made like before the contract was signed, as in like they could add things to the contract while they're discussing what the contract will contain. I didn't know you meant like statements that will be used as evidence.
Right. Yeah. It's primarily for evidence. Yeah.
Okay. I get what the question is now. I was kind of trying to understand that.
No,
Okay,
this stuff is really, really technical. It's kind of a pain.
No.
No, that's not right. So the four-part test for the parole evidence rule, it's got to be a written document. The contract is integrated, so it's a final expression of all contract terms. Usually something like the agreement contains and constitutes the parties' agreement and supersedes all prior agreements or understandings. And then if the proposed evidence is introduced at court as evidence of a prior or contemporaneous agreement, and then if yes, does the evidence conflict with or substantially add to the terms of the integrated contract?
Yeah, I was reading those 4 rules too. I was trying to include that in like my wrong answer.
Okay, I don't think my wrong answer is very good. Looking at that then.
Hey, can you guys?
No, the wrong answer. Your wrong answer is great. I mean, it doesn't include one of those 4 points, but I think it's still really good.
Okay, just get some good feedback here then.
Yeah, because that would be a legitimate answer, I would think. But then again, you need to think about it again and think that, okay, even though they might intentionally be misleading, it's still a contract, and that doesn't have anything to do with it, really, you know. Okay.
Maybe I should change my question to one of those 4 points then.
So how do you properly say that? So if I forego something, how to say it for you? You forwent, forgave? No, I don't know. Foregoed. So CCM for what?
They waived. They waived their right.
That would okay. I like that better. All right, are we? Looks like we're just about there.
Yeah. All right.
Oh. Does that look good to you guys, number 3?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
How about that?
Yeah, that looks good.
Well, it has to meet all 4 requirements in order for it to be legitimately barred by the parole evidence rule.
Right. So, maybe we could change the question and say something like this. Let me see.
There, I just changed it. I think that works now.
Okay, yeah. There you go.
All right.
All right, perfect.
I think this is good enough.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I'm good with it too.
Okay, let's just change the header. Let's see, group week 5, right?
Are we group 7?
Yeah, we're group 7.
Week 5.
Sweet.
Now we have another exam this weekend, right?
Yeah, starting today?
Yeah, I think it already opened.
Yeah, I think it was today, right? I was reading it was Thursday to Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Wait.
Dang. Over what chapter is it even over? The last 3 we just read?
It's like over 5. It's over like 5 chapters. It's from like 4 to 8.
Yeah, the
Okay.
pre-exam opens today.
Or like 4 chapters, I guess, yeah.
I don't see the actual exam too, though. I probably can't see it until I take the pre-exam, though.
Yeah, I think so.
I've already taken the pre-exam. It's available till Tuesday night, so we have all week.
Okay.
Cool, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and upload this, and I think we're good to go.
Sweet.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for your guys' patience with my computer too.
Oh, you're good. Don't worry about it.
You guys are great.
So see you guys next week then?
Yeah. See you next week.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
See ya.